If only I could turn back time.
Well, hey there, Crazy Daisies. It's CraZyKis here, and today we're going to do our first creature guide. Well, looking at my environment, can you guess which creature we're going to be doing today? The Gacha! There's a lot of mechanics to the Gacha, and there's a lot of things that are still not entirely understood yet. But I'm gonna go, since now that they've done their balance, their nerf, whatever you want to call it, their update, we can actually go ahead and do this, and this is just pretty much what it's at the moment. They might change it again, they might play around with the gacha again, but for now, this is what we got. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna show you the basics, the very, very basics, what you need to know to get the best out of these guys. So, first thing we're going to do is, of course, taming. Oh, I leveled up. First thing we're going to do is, of course, taming. So, you see here we have a level 11 female gacha. Now, I do have low levels still on the server, or on my single player settings, because I just finished the spawn series. So, I have it like that for a reason. I just haven't changed it. But what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how you can tame these guys. And there's two ways. As you can see here, I have owl pellets, snow owl pellets. Now the snow owl can be found in the snow biome. But if you don't already have one, your next best bet is to use metal. That's what you need. And by the way, I did spawn her in. I am on creative mode, so I mean, no one needs to tell me. I already know. But yeah, so what we're going to do for the sake of the video, to show you what's the best thing to do, we're going to go ahead and do snow owl pellets. I have dropped 2 down. 1 gives her 26, 2 gives her 53. We're going to drop 2 more. Should be enough after these. Okay, 79. And the effectiveness, as you can see, didn't go down very much at all. That's because the snow owl pellets is like their kibble. So now we have a gacha. What's next? We need a saddle. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and don't worry about that. I was killing Dilophosauruses. Saddles. We're gonna look up gacha. I don't know why I clicked on saddles if I was going to type it in, but here we have the gacha saddle. Now for a regular primitive one, we have 150 keratin or chitin, 185 on the fiber, and I think that says 350 for the hide. So we're going to go ahead and make that. Now the good thing about that is that you don't need any metal, nothing like that, nothing fancy. So it's still technically, you know, like a pretty easy thing to do. I would say easy. Hide is not that hard to come by, neither is the chitin or keratin. Well, the chitin and keratin is a little harder, but they're still easy to get. So you'll be fine to make the saddle if you find one of these and you're like, hey, I need to tame one up. Well, you can. Now that I showed you what the saddle entails, this is what it looks like. Now, it's super cute because it's like a little pouch. I do like it. So we're going to go ahead, get on this guy, and I'm going to show you, if I can, to the best of my abilities, what it looks like. And there's my character. She looks so small in comparison to this thing. But yeah, there she is. She's inside the saddle. Oops. My bad. I don't usually use that mode, so I'm a little wonky. But here we go. This is the gacha. And as you can see, it's got crystals on its back already grown in. There's supposed to be 3 different ones that you could possibly get. So we'll go more in detail in the crystals in a minute. For now though, I want to show you. We have the right click, or not the right click, R2, because I'm on console, so I'm going to tell you that. R2 is the swipe, and you can collect with it. Well, I mean, you're supposed to be able to collect with it. I don't know why that didn't. And then with this hand, the L2, you can do the like pounce on the floor thing. And that's about all the gacha can do. If I press all the other buttons, nothing. Nothing. So that's all we can do with this lovely gal over here. So what I'm going to show you next pretty much is going to be the crystal stuff. The stuff that if someone's coming in to watch this video, this is what they're going to want to know. So first things first. Oh dear Lord, I said stop. we're gonna go ahead and show you the basics of the crystal stuff. Okay, I'm gonna mention this now because it was just done yesterday for me. I don't know when the video will come out, but it just happened yesterday where they nerfed these guys. Okay, before you could go ahead, level 16, you could probably get like ascended loot and all this stuff. Like, it was crazy what people were getting out of these crystals. But as of yesterday, they didn't lower the amount of items you can get from these guys. What they did is lower the quality of the items you can get from these guys. So you can still get, if you do all the things I'm going to show you in this video, you can still get item after item after item, but they're going to be lower quality. Now, I'm not sure if anything has to do with the crafting skill with these guys, but other than that, boom, there you go. The quality is lowered, so that's pretty much all I can I can't express that enough, that when you're watching this video, that's what's going on right now. They've been nerfed. So what I'm going to show you real quick, I need this saddle back, young lady. I was going to show you her face. She is a happy gal. Now, what I mean by that is exactly what I said. She's happy. They have emotions. Wildcard thought they were funny, and they gave us a creature with emotions. Now, I'm going to explain to you why that's important in a minute. Now, for food-wise, since we're still basically doing the basics here of this creature, they eat stone, they eat metal, they eat all sorts of stuff. Now, if you want to do what's best for you to get all those items and all those yummy, yummy crystals, you're going to want to stuff them with raw metal and owl pellets. Not one or the other, both. This is how you're going to get the best out of them. Now, I'm going to show you here the production menu. Now, each gacha can have their own production menu, meaning like this menu will not be the same. I mean, it could, but it most likely will not be the same as another gacha's menu. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put her on metal just because, but now she's on metal. She's going to produce, when she produces those crystals, when you open those crystals, she's going to have metal. Now, here's the catch. She can produce ×2 of those resources for you. How do you do that? Easy. Mate boost, okay? Because they have emotions, you're not going to want them sad, because then they're not going to make what you want as much as you want. So if you put another female or too many gachas in one area, they're not going to produce their resources or items as well as if you either had them alone or if you had them with a mate. Now, like I said in this video, at the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you the best way to do this. So, since that's the case, I, over here, have a higher level. I spawned these in as well, okay? Because I wanted a higher level, and there's no high level when with these settings. So right here, I have 2 males, right? Are you going to look at me, buddy? Whoa, that was a little creepy. But yeah, there's their faces. These two are next to each other. They're both male, okay? This is the thing. They're both male. Did you guys finish all your food or something? Why aren't you doing nothing? They finished their food. I'm going to go ahead and put 10 in you just so I can show something off. And then I'm going to put 10 in you just so I can show something off. Okay. No? Did that not work? That did work. Okay. Now, what I can tell you is that these things, the easiest way to get this, because they do require their owl pellets and some sort of resource in their inventory to drop crystals. As you can see, these guys have been sitting here for a while. No crystals on the floor. Once I have them at the opportune thing I need for them to make crystals, you'll see how quickly they'll just keep dropping them. But what you can do, now introduced with Extinction, there is something called a dino leash. Now what this does is this little solar powered thing, you put it down and it has a range of how far your dinosaurs can move while on wander. Which means that the smaller the circle, the smaller the area they have to wander about. But they won't go out of that circle. Now the best thing for these guys is if you put them on wander in an area such as this, where there's nothing but rocks, because then they'll go around and collect them themselves so you don't have to do it for them. There we go, we got a crystal. Now as you can see, you see that? How they're like pastelish colors. They're very light. They're very dull. That means that he is not producing at ×2 because he is not fully happy, and that's because he's got a buddy here that's the same gender, okay? So now to show you what it looks like when he is happy, I'm gonna go ahead and put a saddle on this guy. I'm gonna take them out. But as I was saying, yeah, you put them in an area with rocks, they collect it themselves, so you don't have to worry about constantly replenishing them. Now, the problem is that to get the best, see how happy he is now that I moved him away? These are the shinier colors, the brighter colors. This means he's happy. So I'm gonna put him maybe like this, just so I have room. Okay, there we go. Now I need that because it's kinda bulky. But they collect the resources themselves. Sorry for continuously repeating myself. And the best thing to do, you put an owl or a couple of owls, like the snow owls, if you have some, inside that circle as well. So when they go ahead and they throw up those pellets, these guys will legit just pick them up. You don't have to give it to them. You don't have to worry about the pellets despawning. No, they pick them up themselves. If they're nearby, they will go and they'll grab the pellets. No worries there either. It's the same thing like the stone. You're not going to have to worry about it. They're going to go collect it themselves. So they're pretty much self-sustaining. I guess that's the way to say it. So watch. As I'm standing here, I'm going to go ahead and drop this. See? He picked it right up. And now it's in his inventory with the other two that was in there. So for the sake of the video, to show you how all this item stuff with the crystals work, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give them a crap ton of that, and then I'm going to give him, let's see, that's what, 5? He's already eaten some, so I'm gonna give him 5. He's a higher level, and then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna do the same thing with her. I'm just gonna give her a whole bunch of owl pellets. Oh, the guy already dropped a crystal. They're gonna be dropping crystals really fast now that I'm doing this. That's how you guys know that you're doing a good job, is if they're just dropping them left and right. Now, I got 39 stone from that one crystal. I didn't set his production, I don't think. Okay, so here we go. We got our first crystal, and that is just a normal, regular crystal. Oh, he dropped another one. See, this is what I mean. They're together. See these little lights? That means that they're going to be producing ×2 of the item that you asked them to. And because you have all the owl pellets and all of the food, which is the metal seems to be the best so far. At least that's what everyone can agree on. They just continuously, non-stop, just going to be producing crystals left and right, left and right. So this is pretty much how you're going to get all the resources you need if you have the right gachas. I mean, if you tame a gacha, okay, and it doesn't have the production menu you wish it had, like it's not producing, it doesn't have the option to produce anything you want, you can always go ahead and either unclaim the gacha, or you can do the less humane thing and just kill it off and go find yourself another one. But I would suggest doing mate boosted, because it keeps them happy. When they're happy, they have those extremely bright, sparkly lights, and that pretty much means that they are going to be producing ×2. He didn't have the bright lights over there hanging out with the other guy, but when he came over here, he was just lit up with all these lights. So now all we have to do basically to wrap up this video is wait for an item. Now that's pretty much it. But there is something I do have to say. You cannot have a whole bunch of these just chilling at your base. You can't. They will not produce as well, if they even produce at all. What you need to do is you need either one by itself and then put another one 12 foundations apart, or to make things easier so you're not having one here, one there, get a mating pair. And then you can put another mating pair 12 foundations apart. And when you do that, that means that these guys will be producing at full capacity, and then because the other set is 12 foundations apart, they're not considered in the near vicinity, and then those other two can also produce at full capacity as well. So that's something to keep in mind, because if you're looking to, okay, these are all regular crystals, but that's why you need to find some with the production menu that you would like, because if they're not producing what you want, then all these crystals are going to feel like a total waste for you. Like, you're going to be like, oh, there's crystals everywhere and I don't need any of this stuff. So, excuse me. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, unfortunately, destroy this guy, because I don't know if he's 12 foundations apart. Okay, see that? That's because he's by himself. See how he's sparkling now? When he was with the guy, he wasn't doing very well at all. But now he's all sparkly and stuff because the guy disappeared, and now he's all by himself and he's chilling and happy. But I don't need him here, so unfortunately I'm going to destroy my target. I feel bad, so nobody say anything in the comments. It'll make me feel worse, because I hate doing that to these things. They're so cute. But, yeah. So we're going to just make sure he's gone so that it doesn't interrupt what these two are doing. Now, I'm not sure if these are close enough, because she doesn't seem to be sparkling. It could just be some weird reason or whatever. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead, sit here, try to figure things out, and also I'm going to wait. Are you sparkling there, girl? Oh, you are sparkling. Okay, so I don't need to figure anything out, but I am going to wait till I get an item crystal so I can show you the kind of things you can get and also what they look like, so you know the difference between these and the item crystals, because these are just your resource crystals. Alright, I'll bring you guys back, like I said, for the millionth time. I'll bring you back when we get some item crystals going on, and I'll show you what you can get out of those item crystals. Alrighty, so we got our first item crystal. It legit only took, what, 2 minutes before one popped out. But as you can see, it has these light particles that were on their back. They're coming off of the crystal. Now here, because of the type, it is an apprentice, so it is going to be blue. Now, if you get a primitive, it's going to be white. Obviously, you know, Journeyman and Ascended, the light blue, and Ramshackle, the green. They're all going to be color-coded pretty much, so you'll know. Did you drop an item crystal? No, just a regular crystal. Perfect. Okay, so you know which one it is before you go pick it up. And it's not like you're going to have to go to each individual crystal and be like, oh, which one's the item? No, they have their own little way of telling from a distance. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what we can get out of this apprentice. And it was out of the higher leveled gacha. Ooh, an apprentice riot helmet. What? Oh, dropped that right in front of me. Now we're going to look at the stats of this helmet real fast. I know it's not a helmet video, but this is what you can possibly get. We have 190 armor and a durability of 214. Now, for an apprentice item, I'm pretty sure that that's pretty good. Let's see, did you drop an item crystal? No. This is the lower level one. So I'm going to, this is why I have one higher level and one lower level. Because pretty much I believe that it may or may not have been proven yet. From my research, no one has said anything in specific about it. But I believe the higher levels are better because they're going to give you those higher quality loots. As you can see, I haven't gotten an item crystal from her yet, but I've already gotten one from this guy. And it was an apprentice at that, not just a normal primitive. And mind you, there has been a nerf on the crystal quality. You have a normal. So there has been a nerf on the crystal quality. So that is actually pretty awesome to get that apprentice just off of what? 5 minutes of playing with this guy, doing a full production, having his girlfriend here and all that. So this is just, I'm just showing you the basics. This is pretty much it. There's really not much else to show you. I mean, I have them both making metal, so I could have just fed it right back to these guys. But all they do, it's pretty much they sit down, these crystals on their back grow, and when they reach full size, as you can see one right there is slowly growing. When they reach full size, then they just, when he sneezes, because it's like a sneeze he does, it pops off. And then that's it. That's pretty much it for the gachas. I just wanted to show you the basics, or what you could say the best way to possibly get the best loot out of these guys and utilize them to the best of their abilities. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I said everything. If I forgot something, you guys can go ahead and leave that in the comments. That way, like, if we figure out more and more about these guys and how to properly use them, I can just go ahead and replace this video, if anything. Hey guys, it's CraZyKis from the future. Well, I just stopped recording, and as soon as I did, the lower level popped out a crystal, and as you can see, it's white, got the white stuff, and it's a primitive. So, just for the sake of the video, oh, it's about sat on me. Just for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what's in here. A fabricated pistol. Oh man, I mean, obviously I'm only level 2. I can't make ammo for that, but when I can, that's pretty good. For a primitive crystal, I'm happy. Oh look, another item. This one's a ramshackle. As you saw, it was green. The color is coded based on, you know, like the quality. Ramshackle riot boots. See, you could go ahead and get a full set of armor just hanging around with these guys. and a full hotbar full of weapons. That's pretty cool. Alright, so I guess, I don't know when I'm going to insert this into the video, but, we're going to continue on with wherever we're at there. With that, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for coming. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification, do all that good stuff. Show me the love. And goodbye and stay crazy.